Top of the morning to you on this Wednesday, February 26th. I'm SBJ senior writer Joe Lemire with today's Buzzcast. I may be in the New York City area, but much of the sporting world is congregating at the crossroads of America in Indianapolis. The NFL Combine is underway with coaches and general managers holding annual press conferences and invited prospects meeting with teams for pre-draft interviews. All of that began yesterday and will continue today in advance of on-field workouts beginning tomorrow. The dodging and deflecting of questions at these public media events is an art form, so there weren't too many openly shared insights. Raiders GM John Spytek said Tom Brady is not involved with everyday decisions, but, quote, he certainly has thoughts, and I'd be an idiot if I wasn't listening. Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta described the allegations of inappropriate behavior made by massage therapists against kicker Justin Tucker as serious and concerning before indicating that the team would wait until the league completed its investigation before making a decision. Titans head coach Brian Callahan, whose team holds the number 1 pick, said it's realistic that Colorado's Heisman-winning two-way player Travis Hunter could play both cornerback and wide receiver in the NFL. As I said, not a lot of revelatory insights yesterday. Our Ben Fisher had a comprehensive look at the geography of the Combine last week, both on the macro and micro level, meaning its location near the center of the country and the logistics of getting around the city. It's a well-practiced convention city with ample hotels, restaurants, and airport capacity for league decision-makers, but it's not exactly a huge fan draw. A little over 27,000 attended the Combine in 2024, compared to 775,000 who went to the NFL Draft 2 months later. A quick programming note, I'll have a news item tomorrow about a fan-facing data activation that will try to attract more interest from folks at home around the Combine. But for now, as Fisher says, the Combine remains anchored in Indy this year and next, with hosting rights to go out to bid after that, and it may take a real big overpay from another city trying to make its mark for it to move. Shifting gears from football to football, MLS Commissioner Don Garber and several other high-ranking league executives were also in Indianapolis earlier this week, meeting with Mayor Joe Hogsett and attending an Indiana Pacers game from the city's luxury suite. The trip was, according to Indianapolis Business Journal sources, intended to reassure state leaders of the league's interest in choosing Indy for a future expansion club. Pacers Sports and Entertainment CEO Mel Raines also acknowledged for the first time that the NBA and WNBA ownership group was involved in the effort to bring an MLS club to Indianapolis. As a reminder, Commissioner Garber has previously said that expansion from 30 clubs to 32 was possible but would take some time. As of now, there is no pledge to do so and certainly no timeline. As for another future programming note around Indianapolis, the Big Ten basketball tournaments, the women next week and the men in 2 weeks, will soon take place at Gainbridge Fieldhouse as well. And one final Indy-centric news item for the day, Sports Tech HQ, an Indianapolis-based nonprofit, announced that London-headquartered Sportable would open its North American Innovation Center in the Hoosier State. They are now one of more than 40 sports tech startups to have a presence locally through the work of Sports Tech HQ. I've gotten to know that team at Sportable a bit over the years, and it's an impressive group. Their core technology is the ability to place sensors in rugby, soccer, and American footballs to collect rich data without hindering its playability. It's become a pretty common product found throughout global elite rugby, while also now working in the Canadian Football League, and with some top pro clubs in practice, including, yes, you guessed it, the Indianapolis Colts. There's a theme here today. The South African co-founders of Sportable are Dougal McDonald and Pete Huesmeyer. Pete is a former NASA engineer, and Dougal went to Oxford and gave what I think is just a tremendous quote in explaining the importance of tracking the ball in sports, which has been a notoriously challenging enterprise and a blind spot in sports data collection. He described the ball as, quote, the conductor of the orchestra and the defining factor of technical success. It's an interesting thought exercise I've found to watch the choreography of player movement, especially in a field sport like soccer, football, rugby, or lacrosse, unfold around the ball as the focal point, as that conductor. But I digress. More news of the day. Sources are telling our Adam Stern that MotoGP is in advanced discussions with Fox Sports about licensing its U.S. media rights to Fox starting this year, with hopes of expanding its reach in this country. The motorbike racing property opens its season this weekend, but is yet to formally announce its broadcast plans for the U.S. TNT Sports took over those rights in 2024 and aired them live on True TV and the BR Sports streaming channel on Max, after NBC Sports previously showed most of its coverage on tape delay in years prior. Liberty Media is in the process of acquiring MotoGP, buying an 86% stake for $4.5 billion, but European antitrust regulators continue to review the deal, so the change in ownership has not yet occurred. The NBA had a marquee regular season matchup last night with the Lakers' Luka Doncic facing his old team, the Dallas Mavericks, for the first time since his unexpected trade last month. The Lakers prevailed 107-99 as Doncic had a triple-double. Austin Karp noted that the two most watched NBA regular season games this season remain the opening night doubleheader, Knicks Celtics and T-Wolves Lakers, both of which drew right around 3 million viewers. Lakers Mavs last night had plenty of hype and not much sports programming as competition, but it was not an exclusive national broadcast, as Spectrum Sportsnet LA was carrying the game locally and thus splintering some of that audience. Overall, Karp noted, NBA games are averaging 1.8 million viewers to date nationally, which is down 4% year over year. TNT's average is down around 12% on its own, and ESPN ABC is closer to flat. One other basketball note, congratulations to a legend, Diana Taurasi, the first hoops player to win 6 Olympic gold medals, announced her retirement from the sport. She's the WNBA's all-time leading scorer and the fan-voted greatest of all time, the only one with more than 10,000 points in that league. She won 3 national titles at UConn before playing 20 seasons in the W, all of which with the Phoenix Mercury, where she won 3 more championships, and with whom she made her 11th All-Star team at age 42 in 2024. We'll end with one other TV programming note, this one with yours truly as part of the broadcast. SBJ's Inside the Industry is our new monthly show produced with Monumental Sports and Entertainment, looking at the business trends shaping sports and the business of sports. The first episode, in which Abe Madcore and I both appear, will debut tomorrow, that's February 27th, at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on SBJ's YouTube channel. This first episode talks about venue innovation, includes LA Clippers owner Steve Ballmer discussing the brand new Intuit Dome. It includes a look at how legendary Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones transformed the NFL business model and built both AT&T Stadium and the Star, and a sneak peek at the revitalization plans at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Again, that's SBJ's Inside the Industry, debuting tomorrow, February 27th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on SBJ's YouTube channel. Subscribe now to get notifications for this debut in all shows as they become available. This is Joe Lemire with the Morning Buzzcast. You'll hear from me quite a bit next week as SBJ holds Tech Week in New York City. That's all for me today. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and Abe will be back with the Buzzcast tomorrow.